so hello everyone, it's your girl Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're going to get into a battle of the along with the new products. So I have the new Huda Beauty, what is it, Luminous Matte Foundation, and then I have the original one, of course, because you all know I had to have both of them. Then I have the new Marc Jacobs Cafe collection. What is this? Extra Shot Caffeine Concealer and Foundation. So I figure I'm going to use this as concealer, and then we'll battle these two foundations out and see which one I like best. So let us get started. So if I remember correctly, this foundation was 40 bucks, just like the original foundation. And then the concealer was 39. So I'll start off with the concealer because that's the newest thing I got. I got the shade Tan 330. And let me read to you what the description of this is. So it's supposed to be a 2-in-1 caffeine infused concealer and foundation with natural looking full coverage and all day wear to visibly brighten and re-energize all skin types. It is full coverage, it's a natural finish, and it's a liquid formulation. The caffeine visibly energizes and revives skin. The oat extract calms and soothes skin. The 5 forms of coconut hydrate and nourish skin with an abundance of vitamins and nutrients. What else do you know? It says, fake the sleep with a flawless finish. This hydrating, crease-resistant formula blends seamlessly to quickly cover dark circles, blemishes, and redness. With an oversized applicator for quick all-over coverage, it works double time as a buildable foundation for a visibly smoother, more even toned complexion. Okay, so I didn't buy it for foundation just because I don't like how small it is and how the price point is, because I feel like this is awfully small for $39. So I was like, I'm gonna just use this concealer because it just gave me those Too Faced concealer vibes. Is that it here? Yeah, it gives me the, because I think, yeah, it gives me these Too Faced concealer vibes. So I was like, sorry, this is the foundation. I thought it was concealer, but that's the vibes it gives me. So I'm like, I'm not, buying this as a foundation. Look how tiny this is. And this is supposed to be a foundation and a concealer? Bitch, where? Like, Marc Jacobs, I don't know what's going on in your head, but honey, you need to fix it. So let's find this foundation now, and then we can read the claims on it, and then we can get started on putting it on my face. Here it is, Faux Fillers Luminous Foundation. I was right, it's $40. I wear the shade 500G Mocha in both of them. So let's read what the difference is between the new one. It says a cult favorite fragrance-free foundation with full coverage up to 24 hours of wear and a luminous matte finish. She kept hers short and sweet. Okay, so this is a full coverage matte liquid foundation. This buildable full coverage formula is fragrance-free, transfer-proof, waterproof, fade-proof, sweat and humidity-proof, and offers up to 24 hours of wear. Essentially, this foundation is your new BFF. No matter the weather, occasion, or situation, Faux Filter Luminous Matte won't let you down. Okay. That was short and sweet. So, I don't remember the claims on the original one, and we're not going to get into that because we're trying to focus on the new one. I have a video of the original one if you're so concerned. It's an old school one. Oh, okay, so, I don't know. This is the new one and this is the old one. This one to me looks a little darker than this one. But we're going to press it out and see. But right now I need to go ahead and, put on my primer. So I'm just going to take this e.l.f. one. This is supposed to be really similar to the one that she has from her brand. So I was like, since it's really similar, let's just go ahead and use this. Because I had already had this one. I have the original Jelly Pop as well. I'm just grabbing a mirror. So I'm feeling like... Oh, and here's the characters on my eyes. I do have one on Ace Beauty palette. I have the Nostalgia one I got recently because it was everybody's boxy charm, so I knew I could get it at a great price, and I got it for like 15 bucks. So I was like, I'll try it out once more. Now the shimmer is not from there at all. This shimmer is Slave to Pink. Lately I've been really trying to use my Super Shock shadows and try to get into using more of my single shadows. That's why we do Single Shadow Sunday on IG. Oh boy, yeah. So I'm trying to get into that whole thing. So now that we've got the primer on, we're going to have the original one on this side, which is this one. And then we'll have the new one on this side. I feel like you should be able to tell the difference though, since one is supposed to be luminous supposedly and the other one's supposed to be. So I'm just dotting out a little just to see if the color on them is actually going to be the same or not. Because I feel like the new one is a tad bit darker. If it'll ever come out. Yeah, I know how the new pumps are. It takes them forever to pump out stuff, and I don't want to pump out a whole lot. And I just want a little bit to compare it. Oh, okay. And I still pump out too much. Okay. So This is the original one with this huge glob over, and this is the new one. Okay, so I probably shouldn't do that because now I can't tell you if it's fragrance free or not because I pumped out the original one first to compare. So this is the original and this is the new one. So I guess I'll just put on the new one now since I pulled the majority of that out first. So let's go ahead and put this little bit on. I smell fragrance, but again, remember I have the original one pumped out as well. So I don't smell anything on this finger, and this is the one that has the new product on it. So I'm going to say it is fragrance free like they're claiming. And I only have this little bit to compare it to. So what I'm going to do is I'm trying to see if they're going to dry down the same color too, just because in the pan the older one looks lighter. This is my personal opinion, looks lighter. So I'm going to use the sponge with the older one, and then with the newer one I'm going to use the brush. So take the brush and start. So I don't smell anything on the brush, which again tells me that the new one doesn't have fragrance like they're claiming. And actually did a decent job of covering up with that one pump I did. I mean, of course, I'm going to put on more just because I have the whole issue with my cheeks, so I'm going to put on actual full pump. But that little pump, it did something, honey. Ooh, I don't think I needed this much of a pump because it gave me like a full-size pump for real. But we're going to make it work because, you know, I don't pumped it out yet now, and we don't waste product over here in these streets, honey. I don't have any product to waste. No. I just hate that this is going to dry on my hand because I don't want to wipe it on the sponge. But wait, no, I have a makeup removal wipe here, so we can do that. So they did dry down to the same color. It's just for some reason in the pan they don't look the same color. Like with those e.l.f. concealers I had tried a while ago, y'all, they didn't look the same. Anyway, let me and that out. So with this full 1.5 pump, it's actually looking pretty nice. Okay. What I'm interested to see is how this Marc Jacobs concealer is actually going to work as a concealer. It's supposed to be both. I'm wondering, like, is it going to give us more coverage than usual because it's supposed to be a concealer and a foundation? Or is it just going to be like, you know, minimal coverage? I don't know. But anyway, let's go on to the next side. So this is the... I can tell this is the new one, so this is the original. Let's go ahead and put that on. And hardly any comes out because I guess this is an older one, or because it's so gunked up with product. So let's go ahead and rub this on my face now and see how this goes. And this is the one with super fragrance smell to it, so I'm be smelling half my face like for a while and not feeling it at all. Good thing is I can put the rest of the product on the sponge when it comes to this. I just lightly brush it over to see how this coverage about to be looking. So I can definitely tell that this one is looking a little more luminous. This one looks a little luminous to me too, but it could just be because I'm using a sponge and not a brush. Because I feel like it normally doesn't look luminous, so I'm thinking maybe my sponge is a little too wet and that's why we're getting that luminosity. Normally it doesn't look luminous, but normally I use the brush and not a sponge to put it on. So I'm going to have to put a little bit more of that on because it's just not doing it. Because, oh crap, now I got too much because the gunk finally came out. So just great. Okay, whatever, it's fine. It's fine. And I'm going to test the Luminous one out for you all tomorrow, just on its own. I don't know if I'm going to do a video on it just because I do have to go to work Monday, even though it's President's Day. Adrian does not have to go to school, but Mommy has to go to work. So I'm thinking I will use it just to take some pictures for Instagram because I need to do some more of my color pop me black content that I've been doing over this month. That's like a Neon MUA and Killer King said we're supposed to be doing. So, excuse me, I'm going to be doing that. Okay, so just sponge it on out. And now it's looking a little bit more matte, whereas this is looking well, Luminous matte as it claims, because to me, Luminous matte just means natural finish, and she was just trying to be creative and come up with a different title, because that's what it's giving me. It's giving me a natural finish vibe, but she's calling it Luminous matte. I don't know if it's because it's a little bit matter than like the normal matte would be. I'm gonna just turn it on this side because I hate not having been able to sponge out this side, so we're gonna turn it like on its side and sponge it. And when I do the concealer, I'm just turn it this way. But yeah, so this is what the face is looking like. This is Luminous, and this is the original. I feel like they look pretty similar. Like I said, this one just to me has a little bit more of a natural matte finish as opposed to this one, you know, having its normal matte finish. So good to go. Okay, so now let's get into this concealer. I thought this color was kind of light after I got it in the mail, but I'm like, we're gonna have to make it work because this is what it is. That's what the color looks like. It kind of reminds me of Deep Chestnut from Elf. Mel Thompson said this smelled like moldy crayons and like coconut, so it does have an interesting smell to it. That's not how I describe it. I don't really have a description for it. It smells weird. I don't smell like any type of coffee going on in it though, which I'm kind of confused about. Okay, yeah, this is a pretty decent color. So I'm here for it. It's a vibe. I'm just wondering how long you can let this sit on before you have to blend it out. Because y'all know I like to let concealer sit. I usually use like 2 or 3 concealers, but since we're just testing this out today, I won't do like my extra thing. That's why I didn't put concealer underneath the eyes like I normally do. Because normally I put a concealer underneath the eyes, y'all know, a cream one, and then you put a liquid like this on top. But I'm like, we're not trying to do that today, so. And I think I'm just going to blend out all at once because I don't know if the camera is still rolling and how my battery is doing, because I did not bring my battery charge like an idiot. So we just gonna go ahead and put all of it on at once, even though I would love to do the layering method I normally use. But to save time, and plus I don't know, you know. Okay y'all, so this is how the face is looking now that we blended out the concealer. I used my Prime Beauty powder just because it's so amazingly wonderful, and I feel like it always makes my under eye look gorgeous. So I really like the way the under eye is looking right now. It has that nice natural finish, and I feel like it doesn't look cakey and dry underneath the eyes like sometimes it does when I use a matte concealer. So I am feeling it as a concealer. Like I told y'all, I didn't buy this for a foundation, so I'm not going to try it as a foundation. Obviously the shade I bought is too light as a foundation, and for 40 bucks I'm not going to go buy this again just to have a foundation shade and then have a concealer shade too. So this is my Marc Jacobs concealer to go with my Marc Jacobs foundation that I have already, the one that's liquid to powder. So this is what it's going to be for, in addition to other like foundations I use. But I think it looks really nice. And remember, this is the original side and this is the Luminous side. I will check in with you all later on tonight. As usual, my mom always got me running to some grocery store to buy something. Like, let's not get me into it. But anyway, I will be back. I have not finished powdering the rest of my face or anything, so this is the foundation on its own. I haven't put setting powder or anything. I'm mad that you all didn't get to see me blend it out, but at least you got to see me apply the product and see how creamy and smooth it went on the skin. But I will be back later on tonight to wrap up all of this here. So I'll see you later. Okay, y'all, so I have returned after many hours of wear. We started this at, I want to say it was like 9 or 10 o'clock. Might have been earlier, and it is now 7:02 p.m. So that's what the face looks like, and Miss Huda has done it once again. Like, I am just in awe of how awesome my face looks, and that's the crazy thing. Like, both sides to me look amazing. And this concealer, honey, Marc did that too. So the complexion this go round is amazing. Now the complexion video y'all gonna see tomorrow, child, please excuse it, it's a whole hot mess. Don't judge me too hard, child, cause I don't know what. Anyway, we're going to focus on what's going on now, because this right here is amazing. I love this concealer. Now, again, I told y'all I'm not going to try this foundation, but now I am tempted to, just because it looks so wonderful underneath the eye after all this time. Honey, I'm just over here living my best life, loving it. And I hope you're loving the face I'm serving too. Of course, y'all know I had to give you a blue eye moment because I don't know how to do anything else besides blue eyeshadow apparently, which is fine. I want to do a video on my favorite blue eyeshadow just because all I seem to do is eyeshadow, but let me know if y'all interested. I'm probably going to film it anyway just because I love blue eyeshadow, so I'll do blue eyeshadows and then like palettes with a pop of blue in it that I prefer the best. But yeah, so this is the face is looking like. I'm absolutely loving it, so I definitely think you should try it out if you don't have the original. Now if you have the original, just work with your original, sis. The smell will go away eventually, okay, as long as you don't spray her setting spray on top of it, because then your child will just be a mess. But I use the Make It Last setting spray from Milani, the one that is my project pan. I'm trying to use that, but I am loving all the face that I am serving And I definitely think you should check out the concealer and the foundation. Now, as a concealer, I still think it's high for a concealer, but I feel like it's close to the price of the Too Faced one. Matter of fact, let's look up the Too Faced one, and then I'll know for sure. I'm on my Wi-Fi at home, so sometimes it runs slower than, you know, my actual internet by itself from AT&T. So Too Faced Multi-Sculpting Use Concealer. Yeah, here it is. So it's 30 bucks, and it has 14.8 milliliters, so you get a little bit more from Marc Jacobs for $9 more, and I feel like it does just as good a job. So if you want to try the Marc Jacobs one, I definitely think you should give it a test run. It is absolutely amazing, and I love it as concealer. Can't tell you about foundation, but you can watch Mel Thompson's video about foundation. From what I remember, she didn't like it that well as foundation though, but remember, Mel can't really do with the whole coconut situation. I don't have an issue with the coconut situation, and it looks beautiful underneath the eyes right now, so I love it. But those are my thoughts on these products. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.